What is going on, guys, and welcome back to the third ever episode of the Front of House Hangout with me, Griff.
Me, Jack.
Me, Aaron.
And me, Dan.
This week is a very exciting episode because we have got our very first guest, Jack George.
It is indeed. We have the washing machine enthusiast. That is Jack George. And also, if we all sound very, bored / tired, because we've tried to do this intro about 40 times. And,
this is true.
Chris managed to... he got there in the end, and that's what matters. It's cool.
Anyway, hi, I'm Jack. I study live tech at Confetti, and my interests are projectors and sound systems.
Sick.
Very
Yeah,
nice.
you do love a projector, Jack, don't you?
I do what, sorry?
You do love a projector.
Yeah, you've got to get a good projector, a good HD one.
How many have you got now?
Probably around 50 odd at the moment.
50? What the hell are you doing with 50 projectors?
Well, only a percentage of them work, but fixing them up basically to sell on.
Fair enough.
Businessman. Sick.
Is this projector selling a worthwhile business?
I think so. If you can get a good lot where you haven't got salvaged ones or ones that are just hammered, like just wrecked basically.
You can could buy a pair of K12s last night. I'm saying you can probably doing quite well off it.
Yeah, I would say the same.
Yeah, I've been saving up those for a while after I got 65 odd of them, and I've sold so many. But I still, I can't decide. I still can't decide whether the K12 or the EV ones.
All right, we'll get into that later in the episode. Before we get to the point, is there any feedback from last week's episode?
We haven't actually got that much feedback.
No one said I found the best this week.
No. The only feedback we did have was someone said we didn't sound qualified to be speaking about sound, and I sort of agree with that.
Yeah, so do I.
We're not qualified at all.
Yeah.
We just winged it completely.
To be fair, though, I would say majority of us are all more light. Well, we know more lighting.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair,
Maybe not,
like a lot, it's because we haven't really... We're all college students, we know what we've worked with, and anything past that, we have an idea on. But with a lot of the sound system, the sound desks, I feel like the problem with a lot of it was hardly any of us have used them. So,
balling like Griff and Owen and X32.
Yeah, if you're Griff and Owen who went to a private school and has an X32, then
This is very true.
This is just turned into bullying Griff.
To be fair, though, the X32, if the pandemic hadn't happened, would have actually earned itself back by now.
Yeah, so how many gigs have you done with it since you got it?
0, unless you count a quiz night.
That doesn't count.
I basically turned into Dan. I'm now doing non-paid gigs.
How many should you have done?
I'm trying to recall from memory. So I should have been... No, actually, I wouldn't have paid it back by now. I would have paid it back by August, because I would have had about 5 or 6 decent paying jobs that it would have gone on.
Well, this is good. First topic, how many gigs have you had cancelled because of coronavirus? Aaron, you can start.
Quite a few. I don't have an exact number, because obviously I do it with Illuminate, and there's someone else who deals with the booking. But there is a few. I checked on the calendar, and there's been a song.
I think I've had 7 cancelled, but I did quite well in January, so it's not too bad, but it is pretty bad.
I'm currently trying to work out how many I've got because my Trello has logged me out, so I'm trying to log back in.
Well, quality. Dan, have you had any cancelled?
No, not yet.
There you have, Dan, because I was meant doing a gig with you that got cancelled.
Oh.
Griff knows Dan's calendar, man.
Literally, the day that apparently my Trello board doesn't exist.
That's because they've all been cancelled.
It's true. I'll have to look on my phone.
Jack, you had anything cancelled?
Well, due to schools closing, I will have about 6 or 7, probably more. That I would have done.
That sounds so dodgy. Cool.
I've
So
had 8
that's a lot.
cancellations.
Oof. Coronavirus is not doing well for us then.
No.
No, not
Hey,
at all.
We can do a
I mean,
party with 6 people from Monday though.
Yeah, we can.
You-
I've already organised one.
You
Well,
guys,
that's
have,
all back off.
you guys have relied on this. I'm grafting at Macca's in the free time as well, so I'm all right.
AL graphics as well.
Graphics as well, yeah, made a decent amount of that. So, mate, we're making it work. COVID ain't got nothing on me.
Alright, let's go into our first tech related topic. Projection mapping or video wall. Go.
Depends what scenario you're in.
Or
Yeah,
let's-
100% agree.
Well, obviously they've got their own advantages. Like if you just want a flat thing, get a video wall.
Yeah,
So-
yeah.
It's a lot easier. But if you want to make some a shape, then you projection map. Why aren't we asking Jack if he's got about 1 million projectors? He can tell.
Yeah.
us
Jack,
first.
what do you think?
Never worked with projection walls and stuff, but I don't know. I think for
No, you meant to
transport,
pretend you have. That's the whole point of this. You pretend you've used the equipment you're talking about.
what?
No, Jack, just ignore it. He's been
We've obviously all seen them before, but the transport of them will be an absolute nightmare for video walls, because I swear they're still quite bulky when you take them to bits, aren't they? Compared to a projector that's just got a screen and then essentially the unit.
Yeah, but you can break a projector easier.
Yeah, I suppose. And if you've got a good flight case, then
Yeah,
you're probably
still.
quite well protected.
I think it depends where you're putting it as well, because obviously with a projector you can have someone walking in front of it or putting.
Fingers in front of it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can or you
But-
can't.
Sorry, mate, go on.
What are you saying? You can or you can't?
You can.
You can for both, is what you mean.
Well, yeah, but
Oh,
it's in a different way. Like you can't make
Yeah.
shadows on a video wall.
Yeah.
But also the main thing is that I think which splits them apart is you can't do projection mapping, obviously. I mean, it's in the name, but you can't whack a video wall up on a cathedral and just make the cathedral look ugly.
Same
Yeah.
with if you do, because obviously people do them with blocks and stuff and just make super cool effects.
Yeah.
Can't do that, can you? Unless you do, I don't know. You can't do it as well. I imagine there are probably video walls where you can kind of set up or not. I mean, I don't know, but if there isn't, there should be.
Yeah.
I don't know if Dan's going to answer on this one. Dan, do they have a projector at your church or whatever?
They have back
Yeah.
projectors, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it's nothing really. It's just for a few videos and stuff and services and stuff. Not really anything of any use.
I'm sure they spent way too much on it. It's a church.
Oh yeah.
And they had no idea what they were buying. They just bought it.
Basically, yeah.
Cool. So I guess that's that topic done. Next one, high-end passive system with a high-end amp and cabinet, or just some high-end active cabinets with the
High-end.
amp.
I would personally go for the high-end active.
Would
Right.
you?
I would, yeah.
I think I'd go the passive because, if in the active, if your amp fails, that's a expensive job.
Yeah, but then if you've got 2 active speakers and the amp goes in one, you've still got another one. You're not completely lost.
Yeah, but yeah.
Well, to be fair, I am saying this on what I do. If it was for anything but what I do, I'd definitely go for the high-end passive.
Active speakers are so heavy as well, most of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard things that get quite a big hum and a hiss and stuff coming from the amps on active as well compared to passive.
Yeah, sometimes that's the problem. You can't pick your amp. It's what comes with it. Normally it's quite good, but sometimes it doesn't work perfectly.
Yeah, mine have a serious hum on them.
Yeah.
Yours also have a fan in them that's about 1 million degrees,
Yeah, that's true.
which is quite annoying. I wouldn't recommend the cheap amps, so they just hum more than they actually amplify anything.
Yeah, you got that silver cheap amp, haven't you?
Yeah, let's not talk about that one. I need to get rid of that, but I just haven't done it yet.
Fair play. Jack, you're after a new amp, aren't you?
Me, yeah, at the moment.
What do you want?
I was going to go with one of the Crown amps. I think it was one of the I'm trying to think of the name. XTI? Is it XTI? Or is it the ones that don't have a fan running in them constantly? The Class D ones.
Yeah, I don't know what they're called. XGI, that's what most of them are called.
Yeah. I can find it what it's called.
Either way, fair play. Isn't that for your bedroom, didn't you say?
Yeah, because I got one at the moment, a Citronic one, which is awful. Mainly because whenever it's on, it's just so loud, basically, and it gets on my nerves.
I have the solution for you. Open it up, find the fan, cut the wire. That's what I did on mine.
I mean, it's not a bad idea.
I found it got quite warm. The heatsink did. And
If it gets warm, just put some water on it or something.
In mine, actually, that I had one of that, I put a temperature-controlled relay.
That's probably what I should do.
And then the fan didn't come on till like 50 degrees.
Should probably do that.
Or better idea, you water cool it and you put the pipes to the fan in a different room.
Yeah. Just stick some ice in it or something.
An ice pack should do the trick, yeah.
Right, next topic. High-end cabs, low-end amp, or other way around?
Yeah.
Mm.
I think I would go for the high-end amp, low-end cabs.
I think I'd go the other way, actually.
What? The high-end subs?
No, high-end amp and then cheap cabs.
Oh, right. Sorry,
I do cheap cabs, high-end amp.
You're broke up.
The thing is, though, if you buy cheap cabs, they'll probably just like break. Like, if you've got a high-end amp, it's going to be too much for them because they won't lie about how powerful it is. Like when you buy a Behringer amp and it says it does 2,000 watts, it doesn't.
Yeah, that's true.
It does about 5 or something.
If you get like a cheap amp and it like breaks within a week, that's not good. If you have speakers and like something goes wrong on those, you just kind of got a bit easier to fix, isn't it?
Yeah, but when you're mixing good and bad stuff together, something will end up broken.
Yeah, probably.
Jack's also having some food.
Yeah.
He's so right.
What other topics are in the list? We'll do that one next. Just a quick teaser for something coming in the future. You get a set budget, you have to build your rig, and then we're going to compare the rigs in the podcast. Maybe next week after, we're not sure yet.
Yeah.
Cool.
Put your suggestions for the budget in the comment if anyone's listening.
Yeah, if anyone's listening, somehow comment the
Instagram or something. We can
yeah,
do
comment.
Yeah,
exactly. That's another thing. Go follow our Instagram. We finished doing the whole meet the team.
We might get one up for Jack G.
Yeah, we're thinking just put that as a story tomorrow morning. Not too sure.
Quick teaser.
But also, I actually have something that I've just suddenly sprung on me that we could actually include in the podcast. I was sent the other day by the people who we use to distribute the podcast. We've been sent some stats.
Oh, cool.
Like who listens to it, where they're from, how old they are.
We got 4 listeners.
Let us know the stats.
So it reckons that we have this isn't including YouTube. The YouTube stats are slightly better. This reckons that we have 17 total plays.
Nice.
Our audience size is 9 people.
So most people listen to it twice.
Yeah. And then if we were to monetize the video, the podcast, we reckon we could earn $1.
Wow, I was expecting like half a p or something like that.
It also reckons that most people listen to the podcast on a Tuesday.
Yeah, sure.
It's a bit weird, but
That makes no sense.
I know it's a bit odd, isn't it?
It?
What's this all about? It also reckons that the most amount of people listen to us around 5 p.m. or the weird statistic.
I mean,
most played episode was the first episode.
People watch that and thought, I don't want to listen to this anymore.
Yeah. And then here we are. This is actually the interesting stuff. This is the geographic location. So 80% of the people who listen to us are from the United Kingdom.
It's a good start.
And if we break that up, we've got some weird places. 50% are from Burton-on-Trent.
That's your parents.
25 are from Shrewsbury.
I don't know.
And 25 is from some place that I've never heard of.
What? That's mad. I've listened to it. Where's
I don't personally think those statistics are very accurate. And then also
sound very accurate.
No. And then also it reckons we've got 100% of our viewers are male.
How does it know that?
I don't know that either. I suspect it's only off what people have put as their gender on like Apple or something on iCloud.
Yeah, probably.
And then it reckons that this is the age range. The highest age range is 0 to 17, then it's 18 to 22, and then it's 45 to 59.
Okay, I don't know who's listening to us at age 50 something.
And then it reckons that 100% of the people who listen to us listen via an iPhone.
You sure it's not just you like moving around the country on different accounts?
It's not me.
It's just us, though, isn't it? Well, that's all it is.
The YouTube stats are miles more impressive.
We'll
Then
get them
more
up and then
people-
we can do our comparison thing we've got for this week before we do some more topics.
We've got a whopping 30 views.
Are we going to go
Wow.
in for the tier list?
Yeah, let's go for that. You better
So-
explain it a bit.
As why I decide to share my screen, Aaron is going to explain why this tier list is funny.
Right. So this tier list is funny to absolutely nobody but us. So that's a good start. That's a great start for you lot listening. And basically, Jack George over here has a big, massive, absolutely huge obsession with washing machines. It's all he goes on about. Washing machine videos, which washing machine washes best. You know, if you get it, it's all he goes on about.
So there's a limited number of girls on our course, and Jack asked one of them what washing machine they owned.
He also asked what his shower head they owned. So
Limited is putting it in kindly. There's 2.
Right. Anyway, can you lot all see my screen?
Yep.
Sound. Right. Again, same as usual. If you want to see this part like live, go watch the YouTube version. If not, we essentially have 5 topics, which are go amazing. I'll use it if it's there, rather not, and bin.
I like how you
So-
sort of made it on.
Well, you
I made
started
it
right
up.
this week.
I know I did.
Right, this is all on Jack George, by the way, because I'm not.
Yeah, it is.
I don't know.
Can we just say, the hot point ones, aren't they the ones that burn your house down? So I think they probably go in the bin.
For anyone wondering where I've got these actual names from, these were Curry's and PC World's top 5 bought washing machines in 2019.
If anyone was wondering, all the viewers are at home going, I wonder where he got his washing machine stuff.
That's what Jack George is wondering.
Right, Jack George, lead us through this. So the first one is, I think, pronounced Becco.
Yeah,
Beco?
it's Becco, I think.
I think it's. I'd go with Becco.
We'll go with Becco. Where are we putting this, Jack?
Master has spoken.
We've got a Becco, and we've had it for a long,
What a
long
story
time. It's still
coming.
working, so pretty high.
Put it in
What we
amazing
going?
then.
Amazing. I would say the same. If he owns one, it must be good.
Yeah.
You're saying all this, but it was actually someone in my old school that was actually mad about them. He had He literally bought them for his parents. He didn't even buy them. He actually was the one that bought them. Sorry.
He's going to listen to this now and come and hunt you down and find you.
Yeah, he's gonna be like,
Yeah, why did we invite Jack George to the podcast? We should have invited his mate.
Next week.
He used to do all their washing for them and everything.
Well,
You know what?
private school, is it?
I bet my parents wish that I was like that.
What, rather than buy motorbike parts?
Yeah, rather than blowing my money on bike.
Right, anyway, moving on. We are going now to a Samsung washing machine.
I mean, it's probably pretty smart. Most Samsung stuff is pretty smart. But
It's probably got like a camera in it, so you can see how
Yeah.
or something.
What are you
people
saying,
for
Jack
judging
George?
you.
Never used one, so you'd probably just be a guess. But I kind of agree with Jack how they probably are quite smart.
So shall
You
we put it in
reckon-
goat?
Do you reckon there's such thing as like a washing machine convention?
Definitely.
Yeah, it'll be
bet-
like it'll be like household appliance convention or something.
Yeah, it'll just be
Yeah,
full of like
included.
middle-aged people, including Jack George.
20 years
We've
time.
put in this Samsung.
I'll just stick it.
Um,
I'll use it if it's there, probably.
Yeah,
I've
good
got no
point.
idea.
What about Bosch?
I thought they made like drills and stuff.
He also.
Yeah,
Well, this is the
yeah.
thing. Jack should know a lot about this because he says he likes a good motor. So, Jack, where are we putting the Bosch?
Are you saying me? Sorry. I don't know. Probably put. I'll use it. Probably below Beko, like with the Samsung.
Right, will you put it if I'll use it for there? Then Hot Point.
I think they burn your house down, so I'd say the bin.
Yeah, I'm going to agree. Probably
Yes.
bin that.
Well, I don't know how you pronounce this one. It's like
I've never
Indeset.
Inset.
Indeset.
Where are we putting that?
I've never heard of that.
I'm pretty sure it's the same
Yeah,
brand of
it's
hot
Beko.
points. So whack it in the bin as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if
probably,
you at home are still listening to this Light and Sound podcast that's turned into a washing machine podcast, in the GOAT category we have no washing machines. In the amazing category we have the Beko. I'll use it if it's there. We've got Samsung and Bosch. Rather not, nothing. Bin, we've got Hot Point and Indeset.
Why have we just rated washing machines?
All right, we've done that. Let's get back onto some sound and light related stuff. I think we have some more
Top 5 as well.
more topics.
Right, well, we'll ask you, Jack George, probably should have asked you this at the start. What's your worst gig and
Oh,
what's your
yeah.
best gig ever? Like not as in like you've been to, as in like you've done tech for.
I'll start with my worst. We did this big festival on a field. Well, I wouldn't say too big, but it was all right. And we'd been setting up all day from quite early in the morning, and we had the whole sound system set up, some lighting, and we were probably half an hour before the event started, and they thought it was a brilliant idea to use our supply without us knowing to plug a fridge in, which, of course, created the worst hum known to man through all of the sound system. And we couldn't work out why. And they ended up refusing to remove it. So we had to overcome the hum, which was really annoying.
Did you just unplug the fridge? That's what I would have done.
We did a part way in without them knowing, but before that, they wouldn't let us. It was because we'd made a bit of a deal to use their supply, but someone else's supply as well. And most of it was on their supply, and we couldn't swap it because we didn't have the room to.
When you say their supply, do you mean someone's house? That's what it sounds like.
No, we had it was coming from one of their kind of buildings. It was like, I think it was either 32 or a 16 amp supply, but the secondary supply, that was a few houses that we had behind.
This sounds quite sketchy.
Is this the best or the worst?
That's the worst because
Oh, good. I'm
Yeah.
glad. I'm glad.
What's
best.
your best then?
I have to think about that. Do you want to come back to me and I'll think about it?
No, you've got to decide now.
I've actually got to start now. Let me think. We had the same kind of festival the following year. that was really good because we didn't have the same issue, and we'd just got some new speakers. And what else happened? And we got some really good bands. And it was really good, actually. And the weather was good. That helped. Because the previous year, what I forgot to say was that it started to took it down with rain, and we had to bring some equipment in quite quickly, I'll say. That's all I'm going to say. So, yeah.
Okay.
Sounds like some good giggage there.
Yeah, we're joined by Chris.
Craig, that one, mate.
Craig and Chris. Sorry, we forgot to introduce Craig.
Oh, he's the bot.
He's the bot. Is the
Oh yeah, we want to know your feedback. Does this week's episode sound better, or did last week's and the week before's? Because we're now recording on Discord rather than Zoom, because it's easier to edit, easier to share screens, all of that malarkey. Does it sound better? So that's what we want to know.
That is what we want to know. This is clearly like off topic, but Jack, what is your profile photo?
He
It's
talking to me.
Elon Musk.
Oh, it's Elon
Oh.
Musk making a joint.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought it was great.
I did it first.
It
I mean, it's a
Right.
quality photo.
is quality photo. Right,
It's an
sick.
iconic photo as well.
Yeah.
Next topic.
Just coming from you, Aaron. I've got to make it up on the spot now.
You've got to make it up on the spot, mate.
Okay. Cheap lights and good sound. No. Cheap lights and decent sound. Or decent light. Wait, I've got to draw my round. Cheap lights, good
I know.
sound. Or the other way around.
Good sound, cheap lights.
Yeah, I've
100%
got to
agree.
Yeah, I agree.
Because you can like, people are more like there's all this scientific evidence, I'm pretty sure I went about in the first podcast, where people are more likely to stay and watch something or stay in an event if you can't see the people properly or it doesn't look that aesthetically pleasing, rather than if it sounds terrible. If it sounds terrible, more people are likely to either click off or just not go to the event.
Is Dan actually here? Because I haven't heard him in like years.
None have I.
Yeah, I'm
here
still
he is.
Here he is.
What's
What do you
your
think,
opinion
Dan?
on that?
Well, running off what I've got cheap lights and good sound, so I'll go with that.
I guess that's the answer then.
And then I'm coming in here. No, I had a really good topic. Oh, actually, I remember it now. Coming in for the final topic because we're nearing the end of the podcast. If you own a MacBook already, do you boot camp it to run lights, or do you buy something cheap and decent to run lights off?
Well, you boot camped yours. I bought a cheap
Yeah.
Windows laptop. I'd rather boot camp them.
I do and I don't wish I'd boot camped it, to be fair, because like it runs all the software fine, and I can sort of get away with running a visualizer as well.
Yeah, but
But-
having two laptops is a bit of a faff when they're not in the same operating system.
Yeah,
Like when you've got boot camp, you can still go into all your Mac files and find them and whatever.
yeah, exactly.
Touchscreen is
But-
nice though on the Windows.
Exactly, that's what I was about to say. The one thing that I don't like is touchscreen. That's why I bought a second monitor.
Would you broke?
Yeah, within like the first week.
Probably. Well, I don't know. Aaron, what have you got? You've got a touchscreen, decent Windows laptop, haven't you?
Not touchscreen.
Oh,
Dan's got the
Dan.
touchscreen.
Yeah,
Dan's got, I've got Dan's, but not touchscreen.
While we're on the topic of this sort of stuff, do you either go with like a solution for your DMX, out like a NTech box and that freestyler thing, then you can use dot .2, or do you just go like Cam says, 8 lights, plug it straight in, job done?
I think it depends what lighting software you like. Like personally, if say for example someone gave me like 200 quid and said, you've got to put lights on, buy something, I would definitely go down the Avo route.
Well, I wouldn't anymore with all the keys and stuff. That's a bit of a pain.
Yeah, I
If you asked
was
me that
watching it.
6 months ago.
I was watching a video the other day. You know that by Elliot Baines bloke,
Yeah,
and he was explaining the keys, and I didn't realise how complicated it was.
I know there's like 3 different versions or something, and they're like 30 quid each.
There's 3 different keys. and then there's 2 different types of those, each 3 different keys.
Okay. Yeah, there's one for the
And-
console, one for the like on PC.
So this is how I gather it works. So there's Titan on PC keys. There's then
Yeah.
Titan console keys. Then they've put. Then
you
there's
need one for the media server, don't you, as well?
Yeah. Then there's the Titan class. Yeah, I forgot. Yeah. Then there's the Titan Classic
What's
key,
that one for?
and then for the classic consoles that have been upgraded to a Titan.
What, like a Pearl, basically?
Pearl Expert, yeah. And then there's the media server key. And then each one of those keys then has another type of key, which is an editor key, which is purely just for editing, but you can't put any shows on.
It's
Like
quite annoying,
you
really.
You can't output with it. I don't see why they just don't go down the MA route, which is you can't output unless you have official hardware. That's how it used to be.
I don't know if that's the problem, because they're trying to stop these cheap Chinese Ava lights, Leopard Touch, whatever.
But I would say there's more threat to MA in the whole licensing issue than there is Avo.
Have you seen some of the fake MAs? It's like someone's
Yeah.
got like 4 screens across the top or something.
Yeah, it's not. They don't look that good. Some of them look all right though.
Yeah, I wouldn't use one for a show though.
No, nor would I.
I'd be too worried it'd like decide not to work halfway through. Basically, it's just a MIDI controller.
Yeah, it is really.
I mean, I guess that's what the console is, but the console's a bit more.
Yeah, it is.
What Jack? What do you use for lighting? I'm actually not sure.
I don't really do that much lighting, but I've got Camsys with Dan.
Oh yeah,
You
you've
can
got
laugh.
Camsys, haven't you?
I will upgrade in the future to probably Ava or something, but for now, I'm like, I only need something simple. So
Oh yeah, I
just
forgot
got-
you bought my Camsys, didn't you?
yeah, you should know that. Yeah. But yeah,
I'm
that
just not a
works
fan
right.
of the way you can't customize Ava lights in the same way you can do MA.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
I think that is about it for this week. I think it's a bit shorter than usual. Well, not too bad.
Yeah, I think
32
it's only
minutes.
about. Yeah, I think it's about half an hour-ish. Anyway, guys, hope you have enjoyed today's episode of the Front of House Hangout.
We'll
Have
get some more
enjoyed.
interesting next week.
Yeah, we want to get on Dan's mate, who he runs Church Tech with, hopefully, if he's available. We want to get him on next week. Make sure to give us a like, leave us a review. Also, head over to the Instagram page where you can go check us out.
Meet the team.
We've got Meet the Team, and we occasionally post the odd thing on there that's of interest. Anyway, hope you have enjoyed, and we'll see you next week.
Also, cheers to Jack as well for coming on.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, thanks Jack for coming.
Right, bye.
Cheers, Jack.
Legend.
See you.
See you later.